All right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this lovely Tuesday, not a Monday. Everyone had off on Monday. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed their Labor Day. Good to see you all. It's funny, we're getting phone calls. People like, "Are you guys open? What's going on?" But we're back here and really excited. Summer is over. So I don't know about summer being over. It's gonna be like 95 degrees here in New York. So it's gonna be extremely hot this whole week. But listen, a lot of action going on. This is where things start picking up. This is where things start going on. Market's not moving too much right now. I mean, we're only up about 32 points. I'm just looking right now at 33. But I'm not expecting to be a super exciting one going in today, coming back. I just dropped off my youngest son at high school. So kids are all technically back at school. So it's going to be things that start picking up and things that start getting a little bit more action. But let me tell you, I thought last week was going to be a really slow week. And sure enough, it was unbelievable. We're going to talk about some of the stocks that happened last week. We had some great short squeezes. We're going to talk about that. And also, and if you are logged in on our social media network, we're going to be broadcasting live for the first hour for you guys. So we're going to throw a little treat for you. All right. Now, a couple of things to talk about, a couple of stocks that we traded before we start going to the watch list. Obviously, you can see VERB is moving up really well. That stock was a nice little move, and sure enough, we got on our watch list. We'll keep an eye on it. A couple of nice iceberg orders on that one too. We're going to talk about those big block orders. We'll check out on level 4 over here. We'll see what's going on right around that area. But let's talk about what happened last week. So we had a couple of nice little stocks. I want to kind of point out what happened for some of you that were not here joining the first time. ICCT was a great mover last week. This thing started from about $7, ran all the way to $40. Great short squeeze. You could see it went to 11. It went all the way up to 16. And then when it came back down the following day, I mean, just great volatility. You could see the stock was even cheaper than that. It was down to 17 cents. Did some, I don't know what happened here. I think it was a merger or something. And then it opened up about $1. So really probably the biggest winner, the CCT of last week. And it got pretty crazy. Another one, ADTX, was another one we traded. This stock, you can see it right here. This is Friday, this is Thursday. This thing right around 12 o'clock just got halted at 11, ran all the way to $80. Another really nice mover yesterday of last week. FLGC was also another nice one, $2 to $4. Affirm was pretty cool. And I like, I kind of still like Affirm. If it breaks through this resistance levels around 22, we're going to keep an eye on it. AFRM. Now, the thing that you have to understand about stocks like this is that this house day trading helps you become a good swing trader. This stock, you could see it was at the $14 price range after taking a hit from down 20. And then we had this big pop on that day. That's where that day trade had started from 15 to 18. And you could see where we're at right now, how it converted into a swing trade. That one moved up pretty well. And up UPTD. There's another one on Friday. Unbelievable stock. I mean, this thing just went from like $8 all the way to 30. Great short squeeze. Another one that you put a feather in our cap. Now, I know they're all down, but we're not swing trading. Who cares they're down? I mean, we're day trading them. So on that day, that first hour and a half, you could see how that stock obviously was a great runner. Now, granted, a lot of these stocks were probably category 5s, category 4s. It ended up becoming those very volatile stocks. But listen, every day is a new adventure. Those are the big hits that we had. That's what you have to look forward to. If you're watching on social media, that's what you missed. But don't worry about it. Today's a new day. We're going to find a bunch of new ones, okay? We always find them every week. The key is is getting in there early before everybody else finds out about them. The way they find out about them is that they use their fancy indicators and then obviously their alerts, and then people start subscribe to these newsletters, and then they start pumping them out. But we find out before everybody else does. So that's the beauty part about it. Now, also another big stock that's moving, Nuvio. Remember, this is a stock that's Wegovy, or everybody's on that Ozempic, that heavy set drug, that diabetic drug that was using it for a diet. Stock has done incredible. We watched it go from 140, actually even further than that. I think it was all the way down here around 100. And its stock is obviously making new highs, had earnings announcements, did pretty well. It's building another nice little Fausto flag. It's breaking all-time highs. So guys, be very, very focused on NVIDIA. Now, Nuvo. Now remember, NVO, this stock is a swing trade. It's not a day trade. Very hard to do. It's expensive. I don't know if there's good options on it, but that one's obviously doing pretty well. And we got the Carvana, and then obviously the Mara. Obviously, Mara did really well last week too. We had that big pop from like 10 to 13. Anyway, let's talk about what's moving this morning. Now, regarding what's going on this morning, we've got to be a little careful because it is the day after a big holiday. I personally don't like holidays because it screws up the day before the holiday and the day after. So there's not going to probably be a lot of news coming out, but there are quite a few stocks that are moving. I want to start off with the stock VERB. So when I looked over here on level 4 on the stock right here, you could see that we got some big iceberg orders that just start kicking in right around here. Even though you had this big pop around 8:30 and it came back down, a lot of support right around the dollar. It's very inexpensive. This stock is on our watch list, VERB. Cheap, level 1 stock. Everyone could afford it. Trade already 4.5 million shares already in pre-market. It's really what you're looking for. All right. That stock's about 70% up. That stock right now is on the biggest percentage gainer of the market. Here's another one, this HSDT. We had a big order. It got filled right here. And you could see it right there. That order right there was about 10,000. Not a lot, I guess. But when you see people showing 10 shares, 100 shares, and so on, it's a pretty decent amount of shares. So it kind of took him out. When it did that, it ran to about 1145 and came back down to that previous support levels. Kind of makes sense why it's doing that. But it's not like a push. I would put this on the B list, okay, not on my A list. But I like it. It's a 50%, 1.1 million shares. Not terrible. GDC. Now, a lot of you remember this stock. Back in May, we traded this stock. This was a great short squeeze. This stock ran from $2.90 to $44 in one day. Great short squeeze. Is it going to happen again? I don't know. It happened the other day. We traded it back here. What day was that? That was on August 28th. It ran from 3 to 5. We know the stock can move to 28%. 4 million shares already traded. As orders go, there's a lot of iceberg orders everywhere. Okay, you can see them here, here, and here. So we got that big resistance levels there. Not really see anything more out there, but we know the stock moves. We know we could day trade it. We know we can make a day's pay on it. It's going on my watch list. Okay, CLRB, another one that's moving pretty decent. 2.2 million shares, up 23%. Good spread. It did test an iceberg order. And when it hit it, it came back down around 250. You can see it right here. And once it hit that guy, it came back down. So there's a lot of buyers right around the 210, 207, 205. So once again, good volume, good trend. Only thing I don't like about it, we're not getting that good push. But we can see definitely why I hit that resistance is because of this right here. You can see it right there, guys. Right there. All right, share that on the screen. All right, so what else is moving? Now we're getting a really big push on this stock. This stock just came out of nowhere. It just ran at 9 o'clock, so I don't have it on my level 4. LGHL. Let's see what's going on with this stock. This one's definitely on our watch list. LGHL. Stock took a big hit from $40. Starting to build some support levels right here. Okay, so this one right here, you got a 27,000 share buyer that showed up. And he's been out there all this morning. It came down, and all of a sudden, I guess people realized that volume picked up here, and it's got a good push on it. Nice stock. Only concern I have on the stock is it's not as like a level 1 stock. You can see that it's got a very, very dangerous little spread here. It's probably in the category 3. But nice trend, nice movement, good everything. So we'll put that on our watch list. That just basically came out of nowhere. And let me see. Any good losers? Hey, we know why edibles is down. That was a great stock last week. Remember? Beautiful, beautiful stock. Great run up. We did great on the stock. $1.50 all the way to $4 a share. That was probably the best stock on Friday's trade. That stock, I know a lot of you guys traded yesterday. You trade on Friday and went home right after it. Once again, they make the winners, they go to the losers, just like ADTX. So that's why you're seeing them pop over here on the losers list. All right, New York Stock Exchange, not really much going on. Okay. You got this one stock right here, SSU. It just gapped up. It came right back down. Adult, I mean, I don't know what this is doing. Not really that much. 23%, 11 million shares. The stock got destroyed. Not really a good trend right here. Once again, everything on the NASDAQ. Everything on the NASDAQ. All right. So that pretty much does it as in trades that go on. It's Monday. It's Tuesday. Don't get too crazy. Let's see what moves. Remember, we're going to, if you are logged on social media, do not log out. We're going to continue to share the screen. We'll be back and going live, at 9:30. The market opens up. Before we go, everybody, as you know, I will be live and I will be at Toronto this weekend. So if you have not registered yet, I just want to give everybody the link. I will be webcasting it also. So if everybody could just go out there and just register as you wait before the market opens up, I'll post that link up there for you. I'm going to talk about how to identify, iceberg orders and and ideal entries and exit levels, which obviously those are the most important things about trading. So I will be broadcasting live on Saturday at 4:30. It will be webcast, so if you can't visit me live in Toronto for the money show, you could always watch it the webcast. All right, guys. So as you guys are registering for that, we'll come back live at 9:30. So don't go anywhere, and we'll pick up where we left off. All right, guys. Good luck, everybody. Don't get too crazy today. It's Tuesday, and we'll start commentating once the market opens up. All right. See you in a little bit. All right, just want to do a quick audio check. Could you guys hear me okay? All right, just a quick little audio check, everybody. Just wanted everybody can hear Kyle. Kyle, you can hear okay? Good, good. All right, guys, if you're watching on social media, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, we will be broadcasting live, and we're going to be doing live commentary once the market opens up at 9:30.
Hey, give me a second. I'm just going to fix the audio here.
Yeah, I hear you okay.
Faster, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Okay.
All right, cool. Sweet. Fausto, you should go just into your Microsoft settings just to kill that audio setting.
No problem.
Honestly, if you just look at the speaker icon on the bottom right of your taskbar, right click it and just go to open volume mixer and you should see it.
Actually, I just turned it off.
Okay.
What the hell is this?
I still got my eye on Tilray here for the morning. Just, it's got to make that higher high, though.
Getting a push on his GDC.
Yeah, I think it's been flying.
Still got, what, a couple of minutes before the market opens up?
Yeah, just about 6-7 minutes. I had a couple dopey earnings plays that I'm like looking at for this week. Not necessarily for like today, but just want to keep a small eye on it.
Tell you, the NVO is doing pretty well. It's expensive, though.
Yeah, I saw that up. I saw the Airbnb also had a nice, I guess that was even on Friday. Level 4 for it. The NVO looks a little off.
Yeah, you have to be careful of those level 4 stocks. Five minutes until takeoff.
Oh, yeah, so you got the money show on Saturday, right? You're presenting on Saturday, it is?
Yeah, I'm taking I gotta take a 7 a.m. flight, which means I probably gotta be at the airport at 5 because I have to go through customs.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of the country. I just got my global entry done.
There's an alarm.
So I've put that in there. I always had TSA, but GTC is moving pretty decently.
I'd love to see it remain over like, I mean, pretty much just right here, like 4-ish, 395. And if it pops right now, then we'll take it. It's tough though, like this right before the market opens, right? Because you never really want to like jump into positions right before the open. You want to hang back afterwards the first few minutes.
Yeah, we got time. It's a long day.
Yeah, definitely. Today feels like a Monday, a lazy Monday, Fausto. I had to wear a t-shirt today, but not just any t-shirt. I got Andrea's Forno Cultura shirt on right now.
It's so funny. I had his hat today.
Oh, there you go.
I had to go drop my son off at school today, so I'm like, you know what? Let me wear this hat. I haven't worn it in a while.
Yeah, you gotta show a little love, and it also gives me an excuse to be lazy on a Tuesday after Labor Day.
Oh my God, I did sauce this week.
Yeah, you gotta send me something as my birthday gift.
Huh?
You gotta send me something as my birthday gift.
When you come. Oh my God, we must have did about I don't know what happened, but we had like about 25 cases of tomatoes. So we figure it would be like a case of jars to one case of tomatoes. Apparently, we would all of a sudden we just had all these extra. I guess the way we made it, the tomatoes was so like we had no bad tomatoes,
Hmm.
and we ran out of jars. And I'm like, holy crap,
Oh
what are we
shoot.
doing? So we usually done. We start like at 10 a.m. and we working all the way up until about I don't know, like usually like 3, 4 o'clock. We work until like 9 o'clock at night. People freaking out. They're like, what the hell's going on? Why there's so many tomatoes? Like, I thought we had, I mean, like nothing went bad. And we were going to throw them out. So like I was dying. So like I must have drank about like 3 gallons of water and it was hot on Saturday,
Yeah.
on Sunday. We did it on Sunday because Sunday sauce, obviously, but
Yeah, I heard it's pretty hot this weekend though in Long Island.
it wasn't bad yesterday. We was supposed to be hot, but this week's supposed to be really hot.
I gotta get it in while you can. Next thing you know, it's gonna be like 45 degrees and just like, damn, I should have been at the beach.
Last year wasn't that bad. Last year we just had a really cold Christmas, and then after that, it didn't even snow.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty good last year.
I got all this firewood in my house. I was looking forward to burning it, but I couldn't do anything with it. Love making fires in the house.
Oh, of course.
You know, a nice little snow outside. We got a minute and a half minute.
Yeah, it's about a minute. Make sure and just set up in the room here also. Might not be right away, but I think that we're gonna get another move on the pot stocks this week. Maybe later in the week, even on Thursday, Friday, but got one of those feels. It's actually 5 years, Faust. It's the 5-year anniversary of that Tilray run back in 2018.
The anniversary. I read that one before.
Seriously. I mean, hey, in terms of cycles and pattern, you never know, right? And
Yeah.
5 years to the day. It was from late August, I think, to the end of September, that basically that month. All right.
Disney's getting crushed.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
All right, we're off.
All right, for Lawrence, Michael, and all of our students inside our live trading room, market just opened up. And of course, for all of us on social today, let's just wait the first few minutes here of the open.
All right, guys, get ready for the market. $9:30.
AFRM has resistance at 22. You have a couple of different icebergs up top there.
I'm hearing an echo on your part. I just got to fix that.
I got my normal headset in today. Give me a sec. Oh, I know what to do. I gotcha. I gotcha.
Oh, you know what it is?
I gotcha. Should be good now. I fixed something.
Sophie's moving. Thomas is calling.
That GDC is pulling back here a little bit. Be careful on that. That's like a low float type of stock. Especially coming off Labor Day weekends, you just don't want to be too trigger happy right out the gate. Stock from Friday, the HE trade, Hawaiian Electric, just tanking right now. If you're ever students on the CLRB, Fausto, yeah, CLRB is making a nice little pop up towards 250.
Which one is that? The CT?
The CLRB.
Let me go check it on level 4. Yeah, huge pop. I'm not seeing anybody out there.
right now, not too many people out there on the offer. John in and out got 30 cents on his trade. Yeah, if it can re-break over 250, then I'm feeling like it can make a nice run. Let's actually even take it a step further. If it could hold over 250.
CLRB looks like it's got that big resistance levels right around at 250.
I tell you, Fausto, I don't want to force this, but we were doing a little pre-game chat just a moment ago, you and I was saying the pot stocks, I was thinking there was a chance we might see a little
CLRY.
move on. Yeah, it's not up or down anything. It's a sideless stock. It's
Getting
like
a pop in CLRB.
that, and also actually as I'm talking, Tilray is popping up a little bit more. It's got a hold over 303 for myself there. Yeah, the CLRB is the much better play over 250 for right now. If it can hold over this area here, then you're looking good.
Yeah, TLRA's got that big resistance levels from August 8th, but looks like they're going to go pop on that. What's the other pop one that's out there?
Verb, Michael just calling it out, and Rich right now posting a Verb just got
Yeah,
halted.
in the cyber group room.
Meanwhile, the CLRB just broke under that 250, so scrap it.
Halted.
Yeah, that CLRB, scrap it though. That's a done deal. It broke under that 250 level. It couldn't hold over it.
We're not even 5 minutes in.
And also, TLRY is trying to go. I don't want to jinx it, so Rich, we're not turning over to it on our screen just yet. That would be the mother of all jinxes today, Fausto.
Well, we still got time. Oh my God, we're getting a pop in Tesla. Not that we would trade it because it's a little expensive.
Hey, you could trade the options. You could trade that TSLL ETF.
TLRY is holding here pretty strong.
It is. It is. Come on, buddy.
I don't have my level 4.
You had an iceberg at 312 in the pre-market. There's one at 314 now also for TLRY. It goes to show if a stock isn't going to make that move that you want, then you need to run for the hills because that CLRB trade couldn't hold over 250. It's back down at 220 now.
So Verb, it's got a 355,000 share buyer at $1.05. I think when he popped up, that's where it started. I really want to see what's going to happen with this thing.
Oh, Michael on the short for CLRB. He was able to get some shares on that. That's pretty interesting. Still made some good money on it. Just a sideless stock here, IONQ, trying to make a small little move up right now. Yeah, definitely making a strong move here. IONQ, turn over to IONQ, Rich. Got a few different stocks making a little bit of a move right now. You want to focus on something that's very liquid, something that's, at least showing good iceberg orders out there. So for example, Xavier, nice thumbnail, Xavier inside our chat room. Yeah, XPEV doing some moving. That's been one that we're familiar with. NVAX 2 from Donald. Oh wow, one of the pot stocks. CGC is making. I think that we might get that push on the cannabis stocks again. That's funny. I was only able to get a few shares on IONQ. I jumped in on time, but Yeah, Verb should be reopening up pretty soon. And TLRY is trying to go. I don't want to jinx it. We're looking good. From last week, and I'll tell you what, Fausto, if you want to stay tuned for all of our members on social later and inside our live trading room, Traders Talk, we've actually been talking about a potential squeeze on the pot stocks, like even from the beginning of August, just discussing it here and there. So, it wasn't guaranteed, but we opened up the possibility to it, and we'll actually go over that whole pattern again. It's basically like a 5-year pattern that we've been seeing on Tilray, and with the news that came out last week, that kind of sparked it up again. No pun intended. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so I just saw that pop up on a scanner a moment ago. Yeah. So so t I'll tell you what, level I was watching from last week on Tilray, turn back to Verbrich. That should be moving. 332 is a level I was watching last week on Tilray, but it can go much more than that, like, over time. Just look what it did on the daily chart there. Got a bunch to go around this morning. And Kath got 37 cents on it. Barbara's still in right now, right on the halt. All right. So, hey, one of our students called out XPEV earlier. That's pushing up again, making a really strong move. The IONQ that I'd called out still at the highs, not bad. Wayne got 20 cents on that Verb, Fausto. Is anyone else in on the Verb trade? Actually, how about this? Hold on one second.
So we got resistance at like 165, 175, a lot of resistance at 175, 180. We're at a really tough number right here.
I'll tell you what, if you're on social media, Facebook Live, YouTube, etc., just join our live trading room, scan that QR code on the top left, get you access to the full trading room where we're actually asking a poll right now to all of our students and members. Hey, are you currently in this Verb trade right now during this halt?
We'll post that in the room. They can see that. What our traders are doing.
We got students like Andrea and Chuck
Xavier
in
is
on it.
saying we got to pop on the EOSE. Yeah, we sure do. Volume is pretty decent. 2 million shares, only up 5%, but it's been trending up. Is it an energy stock? I saw Boyle in the losers list this morning. Market's down 35. It's like really quiet for a day today, like as in brandings, but we got a couple of moves on some other stuff.
Oh, definitely. It's been a good morning here inside our trading room.
Yeah.
The IONQ trade is over 18 bucks right now.
Got a hold on SSU.
I tell you what, IONQ and XPEV, I don't know what's going on. I guess obviously the street loves them, like just because they've been on our side list now for a little while. Day to day, there's good stocks you can look at on a day-to-day basis and just see what they're doing.
Tesla went from 243 to 252, went up 10 bucks.
Yeah. Just go back to that verb trade just for 1 second, Rich. So it got halted at 9:39 and 37 seconds, basically. So pretty much at like 9:45, a little bit before. You got about like a minute and a half. IO and Q new high of the day right now. One of the quantum and computing stocks that we've been following from like the last month or so. Rich, if you want to just jump on Benzinga and post if you can, there's got to be, just with that pop that we had. Well, I don't want to say there's got to be because it doesn't have to be, but there should be. Normally is for a stock up 100+%. Yeah, big order on the ass now. Oh, here we go. Yep. Yeah, get out if you can now. That's going to be an ugly reopen. TLRY is trying to go back up again. A few good plays out there. Don't get me wrong. XPEV, like, it's still at the highs. Why not think that there's a chance it can keep going? But it's got to hold a higher low. It's got to break up soon.
SSU's open.
As I say that on XPEV, new high of the day on XPEV. Held a higher low, just broke out, moving up towards 20. There we go. I got a bunch of different plays out there, folks. Trust the cyber clock.
And this SSU is strong.
Definitely is. That's a really nice stock, too. I hopefully it doesn't.
Well, in pre-market, it went from like 9 o'clock. It ran from, it's going to get halted again. It went from $1 all the way to like, almost. Went to
Spread open.
$88 and came right back down.
The spread opened up on that bad.
Buyers are showing up on this stock. Oh yeah, there's a ladder effect going on right now. See it right here. It's gonna get halted on the way up. Big buyers showing up right here. One guy just uptick from 134. He at 156. He held it. He just added to his shares and still going higher. Let's see if he cancels and does another uptick. $1.5 million. We just went from like 300,000 shares to 1.6. Okay, 169 is getting hit, but he's adding to it.
The float on the stock is actually pretty big, 170 million share float.
Which is kind of weird why I got halted.
Right?
Maybe just so many shares. I don't know. It's holding here pretty strong.
I like the
Someone
fact
just
it has a
upticked
big
it. Someone
float.
just upticked at 140, 174. What was the high today in pre-market? 198. I don't see anybody out there. Some guy just added to his shares at 175. Getting a ladder effect in this, Josh. Looks like he bought some of it. Could be a shake. See if he makes a higher low. You could see that on the New York Stock Exchange, a 35,000 share buyer out there. 35,000, yes. He's gone now, level 2. Oh, now you can see him. He's down at $1.70. It's a problem with level 2. You can't really see a lot of it like you see in level 4 and level 3.
Trying to get out on a trade on IONQ right now just to take the money and run for a Tuesday.
Ooh, he got hit.
That CLRB trade's trying to go back up. I don't fully trust it, honestly, but like we said earlier, there weren't really many orders out there.
You know, it's holding pretty strong, Tilray.
I like when you give it the blessing, which is good. You don't jinx it, but let's see if it can make that pop.
And IONQ is at HOD.
It is. I'm trying to get out on that just to, you know, it's funny because on that trade, I'm doing calls today on that and AMD and Tilray. My position was calls from last week. I jumped in on the IONQ, but it was a partial fill. I only got filled on one contract. It's like nothing. It's 100 shares it equates to. So, moved up a little bit, picked up $25 profit. Better than nothing. But
that Tilray, like I said, it's got a little bit of a Fausto flag. It looks like it's got that big iceberg order still out there for 300,000 at 325. And a lot of these stocks had these huge halts that went up. Gotta be careful. They just do those big nasty shakes. Verb came back down, did a nasty shake. It's trying to go back up again. GDC is finished. Taking off my level 4. Verb's going to get halted. Halted.
Wow, another one. Pretty surprising given that it crashed so badly off the highs there. But if it ends up continuing off this one, I mean, just be careful with the halt game that you play there. But it's always nice to have a nice up halt again.
Mm-hmm. It's a nasty shake. SSU got close to that 9 o'clock resistance. I mean, the resistance was at 188. I called it out. We saw it out there. Pre-market did have a lot to do with it.
Tilray's starting to flatten out just a little bit. Has that iceberg like you would call that at 325. It needs to break over.
That's a big order. See if there's anything else moving out there.
The XPEV trade dove off after it broke that new high. It just failed to get up closer towards 20 and just came crashing back down right now.
Yeah, Grant, the Affirm hit that big resistance levels, back in February. Had that high around 2275. Got close to it, but starting to trend down, Grant.
Yeah, the HE trade's a good short. Speaking of trending down.
NVAX moving. Now, why would NVAX be moving? Is it because First Lady got COVID?
Oh yeah, that news did come out, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't think of these things. People are like, no. I'm like, yeah. Why else would it be moving?
So on the IONQ trade, actually, really quickly, you got a huge 100,000 share iceberg on the bid. We moved their order up to $18. They're at like 1740-ish. And just filled that order. Broke right through it, actually. We'll see
Which
if it
one?
ends up becoming support or not.
Which stock?
The IONQ.
Oh. Wow, that's a big order. How many shares was that?
It was
100?
like basically 100,000.
Yeah. I was going to call this stock and I canceled it. FLGC just got halted. I was looking at it. It was like number 7 on the big percentage gainers. I'm like, I don't know about that.
So that's a pot stock also, FLGC.
Is it really?
Yep. So
Anything to avoid growth?
that might go with TLRY, or TLRY might go with that over time. I think GDC, I was told this morning, was also a pot stock, which is pretty interesting.
Could be just a grower.
Rich, what's the news on FLGC? If you want to just look on that, because right as we're talking,
Tilray's running.
take a look.
I guess one popped, the other one ran.
It's trying right now.
NVAX has got some big resistance levels at 9.
Yeah, it wasn't really too trustworthy of the CLRB trade. Still shaking around a little bit.
Still not a really good push. Tilray looks like it's going to make its big move. It's testing that high.
Mm-hmm.
Still got to get through that 335,000 share seller. He added to it, actually.
And Chris saying Verb open and halted again. Yeah, on the way up.
Wow. That was a great move. Chuck got in. Look at that. Chuck did well on it. Got at 14, got out at $1.90, $1.89. Nice move. Cheap stock, good percentage. Probably feeling good right now.
Wow, CLRB just broke. Really strong pop. All right, so I might have my trust now at this point after that type of pop. Let's see if resistance can become support here.
Tilray's getting close to that 325.
It is. I'm definitely gonna go over that trade more in our workshop at 11 o'clock Eastern.
Getting a move on this. I don't know if it's really gonna. It's worth talking about it, but this MSOS
That's the
really good move.
so that is a pot ETF.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
I'll leave it up to you to tell me that.
Well, hey, I got a Rolodex back here. So
I
last
know. I'm
week
gonna
we were
hold
calling it
Rolodex
out.
with those movers, right?
I mean, you just see last week it popped up pretty nicely, ran up pretty well.
So why all the pot stocks moving? Is that because everybody's smoking up now?
No, there was news that came out last week that something with, and I'm going to get this wrong, so I don't know off the top of my head exactly, but basically, HHS, I don't know what that even is. They end up basically downgrading marijuana as like a scheduled drug. So to put it a grade or two lower than heroin and other stuff like substances, it was like categorized with. So, uh, no, no, I didn't even see that. Well, I'd say that's different when you're at a professional sporting event, like where there's like thousands of people in a close. Okay, that's where it gets tough because then there's concerts. But yeah, for a sporting event, there really shouldn't be that, especially tennis. Tennis, I think, is a pretty classy sport. Yeah, it's trying, man. It's trying. Come on, buddy. Ah, there we go. The more you know. I mean, honestly, at first I thought it was like very ignorant to even say to start, but that back in 2014. But I certainly understand now. Well, Fausto, we are traders. We are not we are not anything more than traders. So, oh no, just to even yeah. Yeah, yeah, for solar, Charge Point was another one. CHP2 is another one. There we go. So 332, I specifically mapped out also as a level from last week. So I don't want to say that we're out of the doghouse yet. I'd love to be out of the doghouse though. I'd love for this to blast up to 350 right now. Yep, it definitely is. And we will cover that a lot further coming up in just about an hour. I got a earnings play also that I'll share, just something I saw over the weekend, and we'll see if it makes a pop or not in the after hours today.
FLGC got halted and still not open. It was a 10-minute halt. It should be opening up soon.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
So how many pot slots we got? We got FLGC, we got TLRY.
I will write them down to you right now.
Yeah, let's put them all in the room.
But I'm gonna rank them by like what I feel are like the best ones, like as far as
Yeah.
like what we've been trading this past week and
Yeah, Tilray Grant is testing pretty hard. That 330. That's 117,000. Nothing like that 350. Who's been out there since this morning?
Okay, so that's what I got, Fausto. I think that's a great list. I don't think we need more than that, but that is definitely a good one.
Well, make sure you guys put that on your one of your watch lists.
CRON's a really slow one. That one, ugh. That one I'm not even a fan of as much, but that's why I put it towards the bottom.
It's funny, all the AI stocks, you don't hear too much about them anymore.
Yeah.
It's hitting them. It's hitting them.
Stock CGC, I told you last week I was a fan of, even though it's below $1. That's been on a really good tear right now. Look at the daily chart. That's like mainly why I was a fan of it. In the event where I was correct with a potential short squeeze, like look how much that stock dropped. SNDL that Rich has up right now is a great one too.
Took him out. You probably do a slingshot here.
FLGC, let's see what it could do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's open. The IONQ is finished.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Let's took that big buyer out we saw. Game over. I mean, MSOS is at a big resistance levels going from only December to like March. It's like pretty much that 50.
Speaking of 50, you got a 50,000 share iceberg order there. That's 742.
Oh, what a coincidence.
I would love to see more on TLRY and CGC.
Just looking at New York Stock Exchange, it's amazing. It's just nothing. The volume is so low. Every stock in the big percentage gainers. I mean, the biggest percentage gainer stock, SSU on New York, is up 4 million shares, but the one next to it, INDO, 190, MSOX up about 16%, 370,000, up 13%, 300. It's all NASDAQ. I remember back in the day, like the New York Stock Exchange, there was a big fight between NASDAQ and New York when NASDAQ came around, and everybody always looked down at NASDAQ like, oh, you must be like a penny stock. Oh, you must be like a small cap. Like, oh, we only blue chip, but we're Intel, we're the IBMs and the GEs and all that. NASDAQ just blew them away. Their ego got to, New York Stock Exchange ego got to them. We had a cocktail reception on the New York Stock Exchange.
Oh, that was a good time. I think
Yeah.
that was.
Remember that? It was beautiful.
That was the. I always get confused if it was the NASDAQ or the NYSE. That was a long time ago, man.
Not too long. It was like 5 years ago. Again, move
5
on.
years.
XAI.
5 years. We're going on 8 or 9.
Is it really? Yeah, we're getting old.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it was such a great event, and they started opening up a little bit to do events like that. We had that cocktail reception, and I think we did it twice actually. but they just had an ego. They're like, oh, you don't need to do this, and like they didn't care about the general public. And I'm like, and I tried to talk to them once, like the head marketing people there. I'm like, listen, it's us people that help give volume and help promote, and they didn't really care. They're like, we don't really need your business, and we don't really care about that. Nasdaq, the first one, they're like, and that's why Nasdaq does like 50% of the volume. I'm curious what the difference between New York and Nasdaq, like how much volume New York does.
Yeah.
Verb is doing a little shake right here. FVERB.
That the ETF you called out MSOS, it's trying to fill that 50,000 share order at 742. Up, just filled it right now. Just finally got through that price.
Verb's
See if
gonna get
any.
halted.
Yeah, another one. Damn, this is a really good morning so far, actually, for day after Labor
Yeah.
Day. Like, really good morning. Day before Labor Day, day after Labor Day. I'll remember this. Let me ask for all of our students here right now. We always like to ask this poll question at 10 o'clock, a little after right now, but let me know. Are you up, down, flat, or did you not trade? Flat meaning like basically break even, up a little, down a little. Wait a few seconds here just to finish up, just to get everyone to answer. Tilray holding under that 332 price I'd referenced. Actually, a pretty even distribution outside of just up. A lot of us are saying that they're up, but then even distribution between down, flat, and then just didn't trade. If you didn't trade, I get it because it's a Tuesday, day after Labor Day, but there was a lot to go around. The MSOS trade is still kind of just holding at the highs. It hasn't really ran from that 742 price yet. Got an expensive stock or a little more expensive, trying to make a nice push. Well, when Kramer starts talking about it, that's the signal to sell. This GTLB is earning. Yeah, definitely. This GTLB trade is earnings after the bell today. That's the one I was going to reference in our workshop at 11 o'clock today. Just I feel like there's room for a pop there, and it started already, actually. I already did. And oh yeah, actually, the stock last earnings report, GTLB, it gapped up nice, and I remember it just from that, last report. I said, all right, I'm gonna trade it next time they have earnings. So, I'm not always an earnings play guy, but I guess now that I guess I'm trading more options over the last several months, just trading AMD more because of that Coinbase more. It opens it up if you know how to trade the stock, right? If you know how to trade the stock. IONQ is trying to go back up. Tilray still trying here, which is good. You know, I'm here all day, so if it just hangs here, I'll be a happy camper if it just hangs here.
What gets me nervous about Tilray is like we're testing these January highs. You know, that 30 to 50 range is a really tough number.
Mm-hmm.
Fubo's level 4 looks terrible.
Big drop right now. Turn over to CLRB just to show. It just crashed right into an iceberg at like 287 on the button, and bam, huge drop just now. Just wanted to show that. Thomas, one of our new members, calling out AFRM. Yeah, AFRM has been on a huge tear of late, and good call for right now. Definitely a new high of the day there.
It's a little fast moving though. You got to be careful. It's only up about 2%, Tom. So that's the reason why we're not probably looking at it. I know you being a new trial member in here. It was good the last couple of days, but you really want to focus on some slow moving stocks that we kind of trade. But when you talk to the education advisor, you can explain a little more detail for you. The FLGO got halt on the way down pretty bad. Looks like I'm seeing quotes on NASDAQ for 380. Went up way too fast. Went from $4 to 550 in 15 minutes.
Yeah, there's that push right now. Let's see if we can get the pop on Tilray here at this move.
I mean, that 325 is going to be a major support level. Uh-oh. What happened here? We didn't call this out, but the Trump stock is moving. DWAC.
Oh yeah, had a nice pop just before there.
Yeah.
Order book is thin. Hey, if it was more liquid, I would definitely be interested in trading it.
There's a lot of warrants to it. It's W. What's the other one? There's DWAC W. It was a DWAC Y.
There might be a U.
A U, that's the one. No, it wasn't U.
Come on, Tilray. We're so close. We're so close, Tilray.
It looks like it wants to push and break it.
We're so close. I'm just like sitting here. Come on.
You can do it. You can do it.
My cheapy stock CGC is breaking a new high right now, so I'm happy to see that. Jith, right now 325 was the breakout level that we were calling out, that iceberg. You know, we had that huge 355,000 share iceberg order out there that Fausto was calling out. So now it's just kind of continue from that price. If you didn't jump in from there, Fausto, what do you think?
On which one?
Tilray.
I was getting distracted looking at Tilray.
Jith, I'm holding a position from last week even. Like, I've been very bullish on the pot stocks. A few of our students here, like Xavier, Brian, recall that. So I didn't jump in even from this morning. I'm going to go over all my stuff in Traders Talk. 325 was the big iceberg that we were calling out, though. That's why I was really hoping to see a nice move today, or at least for Tilray to not drop today.
We've got a new one.
just to be very straightforward, it's easy to say a stock is moving up when you're in it, but if Tilray was down this morning, I probably would have gotten out of that position, but I wouldn't be as happy as I am right now. So always straightforward with that. Yeah, the
It looks
HD
strong. It looks like it's making it.
finally HSDT pop. Geez, that one took all pre-market and the open. That was a crazy one in pre-market. I thought there was a chance for that to really fly.
Fubu still looks strong.
Yeah, that Fubu is a good one.
It's cheap, level one. A lot of the people can
Perfect,
trade it.
perfect type of stock. That also, I need to be more aware of again, just because it ran up well from the beginning of this year. Seems like it's definitely a great sideless stock. I should just do that right there so I don't forget it. Write it down. So
There was 150,000 share buyer showed up at like 9:35, and he pulled his order. Level four is not the friendliest, but it's making
yeah,
HOD.
hey, if it just holds over this 292-ish here, I think that there's good reason to see more.
It's got resistance levels 327. I'm sorry. Yeah, 327. It's like 50, no, 30 cents higher. Andre's saying Mara's moving. I saw that before. I didn't want to call it out. I wasn't ready for it.
The guy I follow on Bitcoin still bearish on it, expecting another pullback.
Eric?
I'm happy Mara didn't drop as much as I was thinking it could, because that just helps out the swing that you and I are both in. And
Yeah, no, I'm still in that swing.
oh, definitely, we're looking good there. But I think that we'll still see Mara shake around over time. As I say that, look at level 4 right now. 150,000 share iceberg just popped up on Mara live right now at 12:10 on the ask.
Oh, Mara? Let me see.
And he just pulled. I don't know if he's listening to me. Are you on YouTube right now? Are you listening to me? 150,000 share iceberg seller. As soon as I just talking, it popped up and dipped out. Rich, post the. Oh, you did already. Good. Right now, Tilray. Speaking of, geez, come on, Tilray. Let's get that new high. New HOD. CGC. CGC is a cheapie, man, but that is going. Crushed so bad, worse than Tilray, I think. And I don't think that one did a reverse split over time either. That IONQ trade again, just jumping back to that and still just kind of holding around that 18 level. You'd want to see it really begin to break higher soon, though. It looks like a rounded top again. Mara dropping off right now just after that little iceberg order popped up. Yeah, no, I agree there fully. And actually, just because of what you just said with CGC at 68 cent resistance, even though it's above it right now, I just took most of a position out on that trade, just from what you said. Said, you know what? Fausto sees that resistance. And as I'm talking, it just snapped down a penny and a half. I'll take it, Fausto. I appreciate your advice. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, it was strong on Friday a little bit. I forgot about that. So when it was brought up early this morning, it didn't shock me, I guess. But the AM, I still like my Tilray trade. That CGC, I said I dumped out on majority of a position. Actually, I like this Labor Day day off on Monday, Fausto. You know why? Because we only have 2 days left until football. There you go. Nice. All right. So I'm gonna tell you what I said before then. You owe me a jar. So when I come back, definitely. But not only that, for the on-site, how about this? For the on-site, you should do a live taste test with everyone there. Not bad thinking. Not a bad idea. We'll buy some meatballs, just a little sauce test. Chuck saying the SPY is pushing back up the S&P. Yeah, getting a nice bounce here. Yeah, wow, that was actually a fast hour, honestly. Went by pretty quick. That XPEV trade really is flipping the other way around right now. Big drop. Yep, yep. I'll tell you what, to Alex right now, I think asking just for just any questions. Alex, I'll say this: any questions you have, please just email them over to me because we already got a bunch of questions from trial members and new members alike, just that want to go over just any trades or questions here. So send it over. Any questions, please. I'm going to go over it at the top of this hour in Traders Talk. Josh at c2trading.com. I just had a private chat get sent in coming in right now. Give me a quick second on that. And hey, folks, just stay tuned. We're going to keep the screen up for all of us on YouTube at least. And I'll be back on the mic and everything at 11 o'clock.